Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I pray that you are well this beautiful Friday morning. It's yeah, it's Friday. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. I love Friday, and I don't know. This week has been one of for the record books. Seriously, I apologize. I haven't been consistent this week. Been a lot going on. My husband woke up on Wednesday morning and suddenly couldn't move his left arm, and then couldn't had no strength in his right hand, and then had no strength in his legs, like all in a matter of minutes, and had to be taken to the hospital. And oh my God, it's been interesting. It's been interesting, but I'm so thankful to God for His faithfulness, because when we know our God, He is that one that gives us perfect, perfect peace in the midst of everything we're walking through. So keep my husband in your prayers. They found that he has inflammation in his spinal cord. Um, at his C3 and C4 level. So that's like right at the base of the spine. So that caused a myriad of things, loss of audible voice and shallow breathing. And oh my goodness, it's been a lot. But, I thank and praise God, because in the midst of it, I've had perfect peace, because I know in whom I believe. And so I just kind of wanted to share this morning that, you day by day, you never know what your days are going to hold and encounter. But if you know your God, if you know in whom you believe, you can walk in the midst of some craziness and have perfect peace. Have perfect peace. And that's where I'm at. Don't believe it's his time to go home yet. Um, they're doing a phenomenal job at the hospital. He's unfortunately on a breathing tube, but he's breathing on his own now. And there's a lot, there's a lot that they got going on. But to God be the glory in the midst of it. See, this is the examples that we need to learn to walk out in front of people. A lot of times, because I don't share much on my personal side, and especially with my husband and different things that we walk through. He's had a lot of health challenges, but the key is, in the midst of it all, in the midst of it all, God is still God. God is still on the throne. God is still blessing. God is still healing. God is still touching. And so we need to be transparent sometimes when we're walking through some things, to know that my God is able. My God is able no matter what. My God can give you perfect peace. So I'm grateful. Tell me about how you feel about my new lioness behind me, my background. I love her. I love her, and what she represents, that there is power in our roar. There is power in our roar. And even right now, as I'm sharing the challenges that my husband and I are walking through right now, there's power in that. That's still a roar. That's a roar of thanksgiving unto God, to say, hey, I trust you above all else. Lord, you guide the hands of the doctors. You give them the knowledge and the understanding that they need to correctly assess and treat the problem. Even in the midst of that, it's like, come on, we sometimes we get overwhelmed, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm human, but it's for a moment. It literally is for a moment. And I'm grateful that the power of God immediately steps in and says, no, I got you. And it's like, oh, okay, as long as you got me, I'm not worried. I'm not worried. So that's what I just came on to share today. I've been trying to share with you for all week, and it was just like, oh, okay. I just did not have the time, because it's been so much and everything. But I wanted to let you know. I know a few of my close friends know that he's in the hospital, but I just wanted, first of all, to solicit your prayers. Like, lift a brother up. He can use the prayers right now. But also to encourage those of you that may be walking through some crazy too, that God is able, and He is the one that will give you perfect peace, perfect peace. And then next week we'll dig into about the power of your roar. If you saw my cover, excuse me, on Woman Thrive magazine, the article in there, it kind of talks about that, the power of your roar. And I started off when I created this a few days ago. That was going to be my subject. I think it was Wednesday when all of this craziness started. And we were going to talk about it, but we'll talk about it next week. All right. Anyway, it's Friday, it's the weekend. I need you to promise yourself that you are going to worship this weekend, you are going to rest, you're going to self-care. And in the midst of all the crazy, you are still going to enjoy the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. That's important. All right. All right. I love you with the love of Christ. You have an absolutely positively fantabulous day. And I